With the most dominant goaltender in the league between the pipes, les Habitants will need much more than his stellar skill set to achieve a deep cup run. Is Montreal a pretender or a contender with regards to its firepower and offense up front? Welcome back, Anthony Cornelli, Ray Callari, David Hurley. 42 wins and counting. By the time this show airs, he'll probably have one more. Best single season record for a goaltender. He's definitely someone who's going to be an important piece of the puzzle. But the questions that people have is up front with the offense. Max Pacioretty could be questionable. We don't know yet. It'll probably come out in the next couple of days. But the offense of the Montreal Canadiens, pretender or contender? Start with you, Dave. Well,
that's a big question. And I really want to say contender, but I'm going to be saying pretender right now. The reason being is we don't have a goal scorer. Other than Max Pacioretty, there's no one on this team that consistently scores goals. Yes, you have a Brandon Gallagher who will put up 20. You have a Thomas Plekanec who will put up 20. But you need more 30-goal scorers on this team. You have a bunch of guys who would rather pass it in a penalty shot than shoot on net. I mean, for me, the Canadians don't have the scoring up front, and I think it's going to come up to the third line.
But last year we had the same issue, and then we had Rene Bourque's incredible playoff, run in terms of scoring points and goals, and that was something that the Montreal Canadiens need. And you need that depth, right? The Montreal Canadiens, I would think they're contenders because of the depth that they have. But one key point will be DSP. Devon Smith-Pelly. I think he needs to really step up for the Montreal Canadiens because that's why they acquired him.
Exactly.
They
20
mortgaged Sikac for him and his playoff experience, and they need that.
They got 12 points out of him in Anaheim?
I believe they're a contender because of the equalizer and Carey Price.
Or is that you coming from a New York Rangers standpoint?
They went to the conference finals last year with a backup goalie. I believe with a quality frontline goalie, he's the best. It's proven. Patrick Roy won it by himself. Martin Brodeur, Jonathan Quick,
Cam Ward.
Yeah, Cam Ward. These guys won. These guys stood on their heads and they brought him to the promised land. Patrick Roy did it twice. It wasn't a fluke. And Martin Brodeur did it where they'd score one goal and you could turn off the TV because it'd be 1-0 or 2-0.
I'd have to disagree with you. I think they're pretenders. I mean, yes, Patrick Roy won the Stanley Cup in '93 on his own, but we played nobody. We lost 4 games on the way to the Stanley Cup final. The Canadiens are going to have to go through some tough teams in the East, and they're going to have to potentially go through one of the better teams in the West if they'd like to win the Stanley Cup. And when your second top scorer on your team is a defenseman and 2 of your top 5 are defensemen, you have problems. And I don't think the third line or the fourth line can take it in the playoffs the way we did last year, how guys like Rene Bourque stood up.
David, and one name that's being thrown out there quite a bit, which you've been very, very, very critical, and I'll even throw another is David Desharnais. He has been an integral part of the Montreal Canadiens in terms of how good they could be. Can he finally step up in the playoffs?
Listen, 2 years ago against Ottawa, he was completely useless. I think he had 1 shot in 5 games. Last year, he did step up his play, and I'll commend him on the play that he did have. I think he had about 10 points. He was very useful, and he made a nice addition to Pacioretty and, at the time, Thomas Vanek. This year, will he be able to stand out again? If he doesn't have Max Pacioretty, I think we're in for an Ottawa series.
I think you're right in that. I think in the playoffs, it's a big man's game. But again,
I think
to me, just like every other sport, you need a prime-time defensive guy, you need a prime-time goalie. You got it. So, just like a Price, just like a big-time pitcher.
Once Carey Price is going to save 40 saves and he's going to score a goal.
Guys, we got to look at the stats. The Canadiens are the lowest scoring team of all the division leaders heading into the playoffs.
But he says something very interesting. Carey Price is the equalizer.
That's fine, but
Carey Price is the guy who throws out statistics into the garbage because they don't matter.
We've won 8 of our last 20 games, not scoring more than 4 goals. And in all those losses, we score 1 or 2 goals. Now, if Carey Price doesn't stand on his head and allow less than 1 or 2, the Canadiens can't score enough goals to win the playoff round.
Historically, in the last 10, 15 years, even with Patrick Roy, if you don't have these type of goalies, you're going nowhere. You're finishing in last place. These guys, that's why these guys are prime-time goalies. That's why these guys are
Giguère did it with Anaheim back in the day. He won the Conn Smythe Trophy. Giguère did when he was in Anaheim, and 100%. He was outstanding. I think Carey Price will be the leader if the Montreal Canadiens have a chance. But I think at the end of the day, it comes back to the third line. Devon Smith-Pelly needs to step it up. Jacob De La Rose needs to play well. And Dale Weiss needs to score some timely goals for the Montreal Canadiens to have a chance.
Manny Malhotra's 59.3% winning face-off percentage is not going to help us, especially after he wins the face-off. He's got to jump off the ice.
We'll keep that for another show. Ray, thanks for taking the time. Really great of you to step up on short notice.
Anytime.
We know we have a lot of stuff going on with regards to the San Francisco Giants. Where can people catch you or some of the things you're involved with? Are you sort of like a more low-key, humble kind of guy?
I try to stay low-key as much as I can. Stay under the radar.
Very good. I'll be in San Diego at the end of the month. Hopefully we'll hook up. Thanks for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Anytime.
Stay with us. My rant is up next. You don't want to miss it. Hey, sports junkies, like what you see? Click that subscribe button for more exclusive content.